as it were. So I expect him to bounce back in emphatic fashion here. And it looks like the guys are just readying up now. We will be getting into the pistol. I think the knife round has been done. So it's going to be Dignitas starting on the CT side here. Could be positive for them. I think Cash is one of the more balanced maps in the game right now, but depends what you favor. Obviously, I think most teams will be picking up the CT side, and you can see on the screen right now the guys getting ready. We're looking towards Dignitas. I think the guys pointed out KRB hasn't had the best LAN performances. He's definitely one of the biggest fraggers in the team. He hasn't really stepped up in the big tournaments as of yet. Like, we're waiting for him to have that breakout event where he really does go to town. But here we go then. We're having a look at the BO3 Virtus.pro. They've actually got Julies on Neo. He's actually got a smoke grenade as well. They've got 3 smoke grenades in total. This is a big aggression coming from Dignitas. Quite a standard CT round here, trying to find out whether the terrorists maybe...
They're coming back onto the site. It's not over just yet. Config's picked up too. As you called though, Henry, he has no defuse kit, and he also has no nades to use either. And he has been picked off as he switches to the M4. What a rebuttal from VP.
Okay, all bets are off. It seems like this is going to be one of those games where literally anything can happen. The fact they get into the bomb site with, like, what, I think they had 2 flashbangs to play with, no smoke, so just bossed their way out there, finding the Deagle headshots and P250 shots all over the place. What an answer back that.
But the HP certainly in favor of Dignitas. And this economic game of chicken continues. And if VP win this round, Dignitas have a decision to make themselves. Snacks coming up through mid. Gonna be disappointed he didn't land that frag, but Tensky is so low. Bialy's gonna push him with the CZ. If Tensky shows himself, he will very likely fall down here.
Yeah, you see KRB and CT spawn. He's going to be backing up Tensky there. That's actually a really nice setup for them. And they should be able to take the kill there as well. And it's actually Rubino on the other side of the map. And now 2 frags going down. It's just going to be Snacks remaining in the 2-on-1. He's got 22 HP, but he does have the bomb. Plant will be successful, and now it's clutch time. Can Snacks step up? Had a disappointing map earlier, and this would be a fantastic way to resurrect himself.
He's read that perfectly, but just can't get the aim on point. And Dignitas are just about going to scrape by and get that defuse.
Nice work from Dignitas, finally breaking the economy there of VP. They do get the bomb down, so that's going to leave them about $3,000 each meta. So they definitely have the option once again if they wanted to get the Tech-9s out, get the utility, and force another situation onto the A bomb site. And I think they're going to be going for it. It's going to be scouts and kind of ropey bars coming in. They do have enough for AK-47s and armor. Nothing else really to work with. You can see 2 players are on just pistols here. It's going to be Taz and Neo. They have got 2 smokes, so let's see what they decide to do with this. Presumably going to be working off some picks created by Pasha here. When you have these smoke grenades, it's normally quite standard to go towards the A-bomb site, smoke off towards highway, smoke off quad, try and use the flashbangs you have and force some of the players with the Tech-9s to run in and see what they can do. But I'm sure Dignitas is going to be playing a very passive mentality here as we enter round number 5, and this economic game continues.
Yeah, clearly having a discussion at the start of this round, is the reward worth the risk? They called the situation perfectly, because if they did end up winning this round, Dignitas would be in poor economy. But the early frags haven't came down just yet. Rubino has been tagged down to 40 though, and Neo taking control over mid.
Yeah.
That's going to open up a couple more avenues of attack. He's going to come head-to-head with a couple of players on the A side. The smokes are down. Tensky's been full flash. But it's going to be Kirby who saves his bacon. Taz going to get taken down. Kirby with a second frag as well. And Pasha and Snacks trying to push onto the site. Both of them are pretty low. Snacks bites the dust. And Dignitas are in good position. They should be able to hold on. MSL is also sneaking his way up through A main behind. And we'll get the drop. Tries the spray. Finally connects the dots. And there we go. Dignitas have picked it up.
So they allow VP to have mid-control there, but it was kind of what Yanko was discussing before the game. It's absolutely fine as long as you have control from quad and you have the crossfire set up as they come into the bomb site from car, etc. You're absolutely fine there. VP finally getting shut down. We should see the first proper eco coming in this game. You can see them just some P250s, a Desert Eagle, and a CZ in hand as well. We enter round number 6, and this should be a foregone conclusion unless Dignitas has an absolute nightmare going into this one. You see them actually going for some mid-control this time. I'm going to send 3 players towards that area. They're anticipating some sort of mid play. That's actually be correct here, as a boost does come in, and 3 players towards that main storage area. KRB chimes in with the first kill, and it's going to be Pasha just running through the smoke with the bomb as well. He actually gives it up, and now the CTs have full control.
Snacks finally gets that headshot with the Deagle, looking for a second one. The bomb, by the way, has been dropped in a horrific position out in the open on mid. The CT is going to be swarming this location. There's MSL. Finally shuts down Snacks. Silences him momentarily.
I'm kind of wondering what the mentality of Pasha was then. He didn't have anyone coming out with him. He just runs out with the bomb. The Suicide Squad. And now they've got a very difficult task ahead of them. They have got 2 players remaining, and that's going to be it. Rubino takes down Bialy and gets a second as well. Nice way to finish it off. Brings the scoreline to 5 plays 1, and now we actually get a full buy from both teams here. No AWPs for VP this time. They're going to have 5 AK-47s. MSL with the AWP. We discussed him taking over AWP duties in this lineup, so let's see how he decides to play it. A lot of this Cash has a great opportunity to be very dynamic. You can change your position almost every single round. Looks like he'll be opting to go towards the B bomb side to kick things off, and I'm sure he'll be going for the early face here from the checkers room. Let's see if he does manage to spot any intel here.
Yeah, something that Yanko is touching on the desk, that Cash is a fairly reactive map. You can't be too static, so
it's one of the maps where you lose with the first frag. You need to be taking control of A storage or pushing in towards Squeaky, getting something back, and MSL will get some confrontation here. He has gone a little bit more aggressive towards checkers, and that's the shot he needed to land. Unfortunately, though, Neo's the ones that have capitalized on the situation. The counter boost coming up from the CTs, and there it is. That's the reaction we're talking about. Rubino gets the frag back, brings it back to the 4-on-4, but he's not done just yet. He goes straight back into main storage there and seeing if he can actually catch another T-Howl, and this actually may work out perfectly, you know.
Taz somehow gets the upper hand in that confrontation. He is pretty low, however. And still, VP have not pulled the trigger on this B play. And they've had this bomb in this situation for quite some time now. Config goes peeking out a connector. Eviscerates Pasha. And with that smoker's coverage, he could very well add another notch on his belt right here. To his right-hand side is Snacks, who will open fire and gives VP a 1-man advantage here in round 7.
Yeah, 2 players remaining for the CTs, Tensky and KRB. One focus on A, one focus on B. That's hoping someone finds that initial frag and then calling for a rotation here. It looks like it's going to come up to Tensky. Can he do anything with it? Serrano smokes on the terrorists who smoke with that spawn, but it's not going to matter as Neo finds the first kill. KRB answers back, but it's not enough as Neo finds the second as well. Nice way to get themselves back into this game. It's not going to break the economy of Dignitas just yet, as the scoreline goes to 5 plays 2. They're not going to have the AWP this time, though. KRB is going to be knocked down to a FAMAS. And only 1 kit to play from VP. This is a big one for them. If they can win this, they definitely will be chipping away at that CT economy. Going back towards the mid control this time. And maybe we'll see a little bit more aggression as well.
Neo scouting through. Did just catch a glimpse of that player hopping across. That's going to be Config. Are VP going to end up doing anything about that, however? Config on top of the box, using that smoke to just screen his location. MSL in a position that I'm expecting to see Snacks in a bunch when the roles are reversed.
Yeah, you can see the T's now just spread across the map completely, seeing if any CTs are trying to feel something out and make a play happen, but so far quite a passive approach from both teams here. MSL potentially could get flashed in. Hasn't got the smoke to cover him anymore from the boost spot, and that's going to be exactly the problem here as Neo punishes him. And now Rubino, left in a difficult situation, needs to find a frag here. He can feel the terrorist coming towards him. Does get flashed off. Can he do anything with this? He can't. Bialy takes him down, and KRB joins him as well. And this should be the round tied up, or is it? As Tensky does take down Taz. Snacks answers though, and it's just going to be Config remaining in the 4-on-1.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, indeed. That's actually, as I mentioned before, going to be breaking the economy of the CTs, but we're not done just yet. Apparently, a double headshot coming in for Config. The bomb has been planted. He has got a kit. It's possible. You see the T's trying to finish the round as quickly as possible there.
And he's going for it. He's going for broke right now. He's not going to get anything as a result. And I'm pretty confident that Snacks now has more frags than he did get on the entirety of Dust 2. Yeah, he's on 7. So it's definitely upping his game from earlier today. Yeah,
2 in a row now for BP. They are going to break the economy of the Dignitas right now, and this is the replay right now of Config trying to make something happen there, but just not enough HP to work with. So let's see how Dignitas approach this round. Config with enough money to justify Desert Eagle and head armor as well. An interesting decision to get head armor against AKs, but luckily for him, I guess, Neo has got a UMP, so maybe some magic will happen from that. Basha opens it up, taking that first kill down onto MSL, and that's going to be the B-bomb site completely for sale here as we enter round number 9.
These are the kind of situations where VP become terrifying on their T sides when they start to gain momentum and the economy of the CT starts to struggle. So Dignitas going to have to put a halter on this as soon as possible, as MSL has dropped, so I'm assuming we are going to have a pause after this round. Tensky only with a P2000, maybe going to look for a couple of exit frags if he can, and he's picked up one of them.
That's not bad for the P2000. If he can somehow get that weapon, I don't really fancy his chances. You can see the T's coming in, smelling blood in the water, and Bialy will be the one to finish him off. I did think we had a crash there, but he did just get in, so maybe it won't be too much of a pause here.
You reconnected just beforehand, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be jumping right back in.
I think you're absolutely right. You can see the CTs haven't really stabilized their cash just yet. MSL, without the AWP, they have got one kit on config. 5 M4s, no incendiaries. That could be a problem if VP decide to go for one of the fast plays towards middle, boosting up a couple of people. They have no real way of holding off. So it'll be interesting to see the approach Dignitas offer us in round number 10. We haven't seen too much of like the early plays from them, like going for early flashbangs towards A storage and trying to work that first pick, or like they did on the pistol, you can push players into that B storage and try and find the initial frag just to set the tone for the round and stop any execution VP may have in mind. So if they were going to do something like that, this would be the perfect round to do it, I think. Just kind of slow it down. You know you're so far behind in the money game. Try and make something happen. But here we go. Into the round. Pasha has picked up the AWP this time. It looks like they are favoring towards mid here. The fast boost coming in, as I mentioned before. No incendiaries to hold them off. So Pasha has got free reign of the boost.
Just peering across to highway box. There was a player there who's darted back, but there's still Rubino hiding in the shadows, hoping that Pasha missteps. It'll be a key frag for Dignitas if they can pull this one out. Have gone into aggressive positions, but now they're just counter-strike. And VP will be happy enough to just stay here for a little while. Dignitas have already went through a fair amount of their utility. They only have one smoke to play with.
This is the thing. They know the Dignitas money isn't fantastic. They're just going to bide their time and try and string out everything Dignitas have in their arsenal, try and bait out as many grenades as they can before they execute. You can see VP still have 2 smokes and a Molotov as well, 2 Molotovs in fact, so they can be flushing out CTs all day long, and they still have 55 seconds to play as well. Looks like VP will be favoring towards the A-bomb site. Neo is holding for rotations. That's going to be a fantastic pick from him. It isn't equalized by Rubino, but the headline is VP are just about to come out on the A-bomb site.
Tensky could be monumental here for Dignitas. If he can just hold this position. It's raining fire on top of him. He's going to try and relocate while spraying. Does get one, very nearly a second frag, but Rubino now comes in with Kyabi. And they're doing some serious damage. Rubino gets the final kill, and Dignitas do hold on to the 2-round lead, but that was incredibly close.
Heroic stuff there from the CTs to hold on without any real utility to play with there. You saw Tensky getting Molotov'd out, the double Molotov stacking in that quad area, forces him to come out and somehow takes one down with him. Such a vital frag in a difficult situation. And the CTs read the situation very well after that initial frag onto Neo and run back to the A-bomb site and make it happen. But they still haven't got out of the woods just yet. Pasha with the AWP once more. They're going for that fast boost I mentioned before. The first frag comes in. MSL needs to make something happen here. It's actually Bialy who gets the double kill. Kiabi does answer back, but that's going to be pretty much the round tied up. We're going to the 4-on-2. Tensky just with the P90 config with a FAMAS, and you can see this reaction coming in. He's just going to hold towards this lock area and just hope he gets lucky in this situation.
Yeah, pretty much hope that they walk into his crosshair and he can just spray the 50 bullets of doom and misery. And that's not looking likely right now, as VP instead opting for the B play. Oh, Config's actually walking away from this. He's just given up B. Of course, there's no way of him knowing this. Going to relocate to upper and hope that he can get them on the... Has picked up the first one. This grenade could do a bit of damage as well. Bialy's fairly low. It just has 1 HP worth on Taz. That's a bit awkward. Either way, Dignitas now are going to have to try and retake because that bomb is about to be planted.
Well, they do have a kit. Config has got the FAMAS as well, and you can see Tensky coming in with the P90. He needs to find a kill in the next few seconds. This is actually going to be possible for them. Makes his way in, edges around the corner, does spot the barrel just about there, I think, of Bialy. There's the kill, brings it to the 2-on-2. Makes it realistic now. This kill has to happen for Config. It doesn't. Just going to leave Tensky with the P90. He's spraying, running and spraying, seeing what he can do. And Taz is the one to get the final frag there. So that will break the economy of Dignitas. Really fast push coming from VP. We talked about them before, punishing teams there who have a lack of utility there. And without the incendiaries to hold them off, that fast boost coming in. Bialy, famous for his entry fragging, does find the first 2 headshots. Kiabi did what he could, but it just wasn't enough. He took one down with him. And from that point on, it was a foregone conclusion, in my opinion. But Dignitas now, P250s, Desert Eagles. Not much else to report. So looks like Tensky and Kiabi will be pushing the squeaky door and seeing if they can find a first kill here.
Yeah, Kiabi's the Eagle pretty much could be the difference maker, but other than that, there's not too much more than a hope and a prayer, and there he has. Just bagged himself the first kill. Caught reloading, though, from Pasha, and that puts an end to his life in round 12, and indeed probably puts an end to Dignitas' hopes in this on top of it.
4-on-2, MSL and Config remain. Bomb has been planted, so once again, they're probably trying to get any frags they can. They've just only got the silenced USB and a PT-50 to play with. I feel like they're not long for this world, as Neo will take down Config. Just going to be MSL remaining now as he makes his way towards Highway. But VP coming back into this after going down 5-1. They definitely have come back and tied things up at the 6-6. And you can see Dignitas now, their money still hasn't been balanced out here. They've got a decision to make. I think they'll just be going for the quasi-buy. Desert Eagles, 5-7, some upgraded armor as well. So into round number 13. They're going for the longer game here. They don't want to be forcing themselves up and just throwing away the last few rounds here.
Absolutely. If they lose this round, but then they have a solid economy and get, the next two, yeah, it's not a terrible half.
They can still win the half here. So I think this is the right decision to make. Wait till they get that AWP back on MSL. I think it's been a while since we've seen that, and that's a hell of a shot from Tensky. He takes down Bialy. Just faces into a storage, and MSL chiming in as well with the B aggression. All of a sudden, it looks like Dignitas are the favorite team here. That's the bomb going down as well. MSL recovers an AK-47, and Taz, huge task here. Takes a lot of damage, but he's going to be aware of the CT position now.
Problem for MSL is he's all by his lonesome. It doesn't seem to matter. Goes for the peak, lands the headshot, going to get caught from behind from Neo. But that is vital information. The bomb is still going to be around that B side. But Dignitas opting for a mid-stack instead. So haven't necessarily made the most of this early advantage that was given to them. Neo now does come back, and this is where it starts to get really sketchy for Dignitas. Pasha with the op shot onto Rubino. Kiabi tries his best to land the deagle, but just can't get it done. Yeah, I thought that kill was an exchange all day long. They boosted up onto red. It seemed like that was a great position for them, even though they lost the first man. All of a sudden, it's come down to a 2-on-1. Pasha and Neo finding 2 kills each. And they should be finishing this one off as well. Kiabi unable to salvage a weapon. He's going to be coming back towards Highway. Has read the situation well. Needs to be landing this first bullet. He's going to have any chance of taking this one. So close. Oh, he has connected it. Oh, but okay. Pasha answers right back. Close. 4 kills in that round, actually, really isn't too shabby from Dignitas. Well, the fact they got the first 2 kills down and the bomb, I feel like they should have done a little bit better there as well. It seemed like everything was pointing in their direction, but Taz and Pasha had other ideas that came down to a 1-on-1 in the end. And like you said, still, they didn't invest too much into that round and got 4 kills out of it, but BP do take the round. So went to round number 14. MSL unable to pick up the AWP once again. It's still a difficult buy for them. It's not the best. And it's that fast mid-play coming in from BP once more, just trying to shut the CTs down towards this area. Have been hammered with grenades, though, up on boost. Taz and Pasha will feel the effects, Taz especially so. MSL converts the early damage into a frag. Kiabi is there as well. Great start from Dignitas, but they have to follow through. They've got advantages before and not been able to convert. That bomb, though, has been dropped in mid once again. VP have a lot of time to play with, though, Henry. They absolutely do. It's going to be Bialy and Snacks remaining. The tag team duo. The bomb is down towards mid. They haven't got any positional control, but Kiabi almost giving himself up there. Not really sure what the plan was, but he gets taken down. Snacks trying to find anything he can through the wall there towards middle. They have taken it down to the 3-on-2 though, so still a possibility. That Molotov goes towards Vent, but actually flushed MSL out at least, and give themselves an equal situation as they do boost up towards mid. It's going to be Bialy dropping down. They should be able to pick up the bomb here as well. They've done very well to get themselves into this position at least. Yeah, that molly pretty much was just designed to flush out the players, you say, in vents, allow them to pick the bomb up, and then they have options. Again, 35 seconds though. MSL spots both the players, I believe. Yeah. I was hoping he wasn't going to reface that, and thank God he didn't. Keep the man advantage and just play the retakes here. They've got one player towards B. There's actually someone coming in the back. That's Config. He should be able to capitalize on this one. That's the kill that's going to secure the round. Snacks goes down. It's going to be Bialy left now, and he should be dealt with momentarily. And there it is. MSL brings it back. It was a difficult buy for them, but they really did make it work. Fantastic stuff there from Dignitas as we enter round number 15. You can see that's actually heavily affected VP. They have got an AWP on Pasha. It's just Neo who's got the scout. So mid-play working out so effectively for them that time. Pasha has a 6 spawn though to actually peek on B here. Pretty much the best one. So I'm curious if he's... No, he's just going to play passive instead. I thought he might go for that quick, cheeky peek. Not the case. I suppose in these kind of rounds as well, you know, at 7-7, you want every little advantage you can get. So maybe you'd feel if he started to push there without armor, there's a chance he can just get picked off right off the bat. So not worth putting your team at a disadvantage. We have got Kiabi, who has pushed up into lockers right now. He's going to be baited in by his teammate Tensky. He's undetected at the moment as well, but it looks like VP have got other ideas as to how they want to approach this. No players committed to the A side of the map just yet. It looks like they're trying to work a pick towards B. Flashbang comes in. Pasha will face after this as well.
Config just waiting towards checkers there. So Molotoving off the vents, and potentially a B split coming in here. They want to get that mid control and try and pin to the bomb side in that fashion. Let's see how they decide to approach this one.
Mind games are real right now. Dignitas, though, in credit to them, haven't bit just yet. They have a player that's in lockers. So Kirby is getting a lot of information here. Not only that, but they've just heard the vent pop and players coming through. The spray nearly on point from Config. Did so much damage to Taz. You can see there he's circling the drain on 4 HP. Now it just comes to MSL to open up. He's been picked off from Taz. He then feels the force from Rubino. And Rubino will clean it up. Nice haul from Dignitas in the end. And they do go into the second half a round in the lead.
That was actually a really nice round there from Dig. Getting themselves into lockers, just hearing out for footsteps and all the nuances and giving decent information to his teammates so he can hit her off from that position. And the B split comes in. They managed to do decent damage there from the checkers, and then just a simple hold there. Decent flashbangs as well from the CTs to hold off the B push. And actually decent enough for both teams, really. Dignitas going in with that 5-1 advantage, lost 3 rounds in a row. I don't think either team would be fully satisfied at that half, but VP, 7 rounds, definitely something to work with here as we into the second half. Let's have a look at the scoreboard right now. You can see Neo top fragging for VP, stat on 13. Rubino, after that amazing pistol round, 5 kills for him, finishes up on 17. So he's had a really strong half himself. That pistol round, I'm sure, will be in a lot of frag movies going forward.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous way to kick things off. But then it was just kind of this game of back and forth. As I said, economic check-in, both teams
was great.
buying up over and over again.
I love those moments when both teams are so stubborn, they don't want to give them, and they keep answering back and actually winning the rounds as well. It's always very exciting when those kind of mentalities clash. So we go into the pistol round. We saw Dignitas go for the very aggressive CT round there, sending 3 players towards B storage. Be interesting to see what VP decide to do here. Obviously, Dignitas are going to be buying up 2 smoke grenades here. That suggests they're going towards the A bomb site. Like I said, quite a simple execution. Get the smokes towards highway, towards quad, flashbang out, and just swarm the bomb site. Looks like they will be heading towards the A side of the map as well. So let's see how the CTs reacted. They're going for a similar CT approach. They're pushing into B storage again. So they're actually mirroring what Dig did, and you can just see Snacks by himself towards CT spawn, just holding off and trying to gather information for the retake call.
Question now is, can Snacks channel his inner Rubino? Can he hold down the fort? The smoke's down there. Can't really see anything right now. And there is the bomb plant. I'm talking about this on the analyst desk. Retakes, maybe a much more viable thing now for VP to try and pull off. Oh, Taz and Bjarly both come in. Tag team. Duo of destruction. 3rd frag goes down. This isn't looking good for Dignitas. It's going to cause all kinds of trouble for them if they lose this round. Kirby's doing what he can. Config's going to go down, and Virtus.pro successfully retake the site and only lose Pasha in the process.
Yeah, the retakes from Cash now, it's definitely such a viable strategy just to leave A on the full retake. You're pushing players into B storage. If you come into a B rush, you have the manpower there to challenge it. If you find nothing, obviously you're coming into the A bomb site as fast as you can behind them and waiting for the T's to enter the bomb site, and you just got to make the frags and just come in together from city spawn and the A storage, and that's exactly what VP did. Made the frags happen, and Dig only ended up getting 1 kill there. So they get the bomb plant down. You'd assume they're going to be pretty much eco here. A couple of upgraded pistols. They'll be getting AK-47s next round. You can see VP have got 3 rifles themselves. And the first shot comes in. Oh my God, Bjarly, take a chair as he brings it into the 5-on-4. The 1Ds this game have been absolutely absurd.
Yeah, both teams have been having their fair share of 1Ds. Like I say, Bjarly gets absolutely sat down. VP, though, you'd still say have the pretty big advantage with their weaponry in the Kevlar. But it just takes another 1D, and everything can change.
This is it. KRB has been boosted up. They're trying to use the Desert Eagle once more. Nia does take down MSL to neutralize the situation. You can see he's in the vents, though. KRB is aware, looking for a second 1D. Doesn't manage to land it. So close. Could have been so detrimental for the CTs. And you can see they have pushed into lockers themselves. That's going to be Taz getting in that advantageous position. He's going to be backed up as well by Snacks, who's just maintaining the squeaky door area as well. And there it is. Frags coming in. Snacks takes 2. Taz takes down KRB, who had the Desert Eagle. Just going to leave config with the bomb and a Glock. I think that's pretty much it. Not really much else to report as Taz finishes it off. So it looked promising at the start of the round. KRB comes over that insane 1D to kick things off. But it was a pretty foregone conclusion from that point there. So we enter round number 18 now. CTs Managing to string 2 rounds together. This is the one that counts.
Boom.
This is where the AKs come out after that bomb plant on the first round. You can see Pasha keeping his P90. Definitely viable on a map like this. Lots of close range angles and flashbang positions you can push into, and this is a perfect example of that. He's going to be ready to be flashing by his team any second, I feel.
Oh, the flash does connect on him. I believe the terrorist threw one out as well. bjarly is going to pierce through the smoke. He does get traded out, however. But look at the damage that's been inflicted on dignitas. 2 players extremely low. Config, though, bounces back with a frag somehow, some way. And does give dignitas the player advantage. You do wonder how long that's going to last for. They have already expended almost all their utility. Just the smoke and a flash remain. And a lot of time to play with, but that's definitely going to alleviate some of the pressure. As Kirby picks himself up yet another frag.
Yeah, nice work from him in this round. You can see Config and KRB low HP, so this round definitely not over yet. Snax has got other ideas as he does take down Config. You see the T's now making their way towards the B bomb site. It's all going to come down to Neo. What can he do in this situation? Does take down Rubino. Can he make more of this? He can't. Tensky punishes him. And now just Snax on the retake. Has got a kit and 2 low HP players to find as well, so definitely still a possibility here. As the bomb does begin to go down, you can see a nice little crossfire from the terrorists.
Yeah, if dignitas just hold these positions, there's surely no way that Snax wins this round. But he has managed to sneak on through. Tensky looked away for a split second. He's made some noise now, Snax. Surely going to get shut down behind any second now. Lasted a lot longer than I expected, but finally does get put down.
Like you said, Snax managed to sneak all the way to the bomb site and then just fails to jump up onto the ramp there and gives a footstep away. And that's all it took. At that point, both players just had the face at the same time. Lock it down and bring the round in their favor. 9 plays 9 now, and that's actually broken the economy of the CTs as well. You can see they will have a decent buy next round, but this round they'll have P250s and a Deagle on Taz. MSL just going to be keeping his Tech 9 here. They're probably reading this situation quite well. As bjarly will be pushing into towards the B storage, trying to see if he can make anything happen here with his P250. Presumably, dignitas will play this round very slowly, just try and work out what they're up against.
Yep, slow and steady wins the race. Especially when you know the enemy's very likely onto an eco. It looks like it is going to be paying out dividends for them. Yet to take a casualty. Tensky eats minimal damage, negligible at best.
Yeah.
And Kirby puts the 1 step closer to a lead once more.
Pretty clean stuff there from dignitas and taking the lead here, 10-9. And this is the opportunity for VP to bring out the AWP. They need to start making that work. It's actually going to be Snax picking that weapon up. They've got 1 kit, which is on Taz. They haven't got a lot of utility. 4 smokes, no incendiary. So I feel like Snax is going to be pivotal in this round. If he can make something happen, go for an aggressive phase, try and get that first pick and lock down any executions that may be coming in from Dig, that would be absolutely fantastic for him. It looks like he will be going towards that squeaky door area, so he wants to make something happen. Won't be going in, he's going to be looking towards A main for now. It's going to be interesting, but the thing is, dignitas have got a very passive mentality, actually focusing towards the B bomb side as well.
That smoke is definitely going to save bjarly's baking because he's up on the boost there. But he should be A-okay. Just drop back down again. However, dignitas have managed to scurry their way into Checker. They're going to be blowing the vent out and then boosting up through mid. Interesting strat. It's not going to pay out for them just yet, though. Pasha is there. And his Eagle eye aim is on point. A big frag, that one, for VP in this round. Because their economy is sketchy at best.
Yeah, if you can get into the checkers and get to mid in that fashion, you normally can catch some players out playing close range towards middle. They got through pretty undetected, but it's going to be Pasha who picks up the first frag there. dignitas on the back foot now, and that's an interesting play from Snax. I don't feel like he had to commit to that so much. Taz does answer back there. They still have the man advantage here, and then Pasha's just going to seal the deal. Gets a double as well, and it's just going to be Tensky remaining. Bomb is down. And it seemed like it could have got a little bit dangerous there once Snax pushed in and lost the AWP, with the economy being quite fragile for the CTs. I feel like that was a bit of a poor decision from him, but Tensky trying to do what he can now, and it's going to be Neo to seal the deal. As VP answered that in a very back and forth game here.
Yeah, almost trying to force kills there, Snax. And could that be maybe a sign of a lack of confidence right now?
I'm not sure it's a lack of confidence. It just seems like a miscalculation. He had the AWP. The economy's not fantastic. You can see they didn't actually manage to get another AWP here. I think once they had that first initial couple of picks, he didn't really need to commit to that. He could fall back and just rotate through CT spawn and make sure he keeps his weapon. He's isolated by himself there, but here we go. Then round number 21. dignitas do buy up into this as well. MSL going to be on the Tech 9. It looks like they're going to be committing heavily towards the B side of the map. And I'd imagine a very fast burst coming in after that flashbang.
bjarly still hasn't fired out the vent, so they may try and catch them unawares right now. Neo's in all sorts of trouble. If he can hold on just for a few more seconds longer, that could be good enough, and he's done just that. In fact, he takes down Kirby with him. That's a key passage of play for VP, but Tensky's still on the site. He's been picked off from behind. Pasha's now going to try and force the issue onto the site, which is where MSL is. And he thought about planting at first and realized, well, there's not much chance in this round. May as well try and get the frags. That will put VP one round ahead again, though. Yeah. This has just been blow for blow, like back and forth the entire game. Yeah,
Dignitas trying to do more of a surprise tactic there. They've seen VP have been focusing players towards that mid area, so they thought, okay, let's send heavy players towards the B-bomb site, smoke off the entrance, flash through and see if we can catch Neo. They're isolated. The problem is he managed to pick up a frag and the rotations came in and it wasn't pretty in the end for Dig. They now are going to be affected. You can see Taz.
VP would have been expected to go the distance maybe by some. MSL finally gets taken out from Taz, who's spotted himself a couple of players from Forklift. I thought they were going to line up for him. He finally does go down, however. Tensky breaks his deadlock in this round. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, it's a 2-1-2. Still time. The bomb's over on A, has just been planted.
It's a nice open plant as well. So the problem is for Dignitas, they have got two players in the same area. Decide to go for the boost here with the smokes going down currently. That's actually really well played from them. They take down Neo, leaving Bialy in a difficult situation. He takes down Convict though. And this is such a huge round for both teams. You see Tensky trying to wrap his way around through that smoke. He's going to do it as well and finds the kill onto Bialy. Lovely stuff there. The boost working out for them. You can see the way the smokes were placed is actually the perfect play. And they take down the low HP player and just making sure they capitalize on that 2-on-1 situation. Comes down to the 1-on-1, but Tensky keeping his cool. And they take that round. It's massive for them considering the money they have right now. As I mentioned before, VP's economy is still very strong. They're going for the double AWP setup this time. So Pasha and Neo building those weapons. It's going to be Neo going towards the B-bomb site and Pasha holding middle by himself. But it looks like a very fast tactic coming in from Dig straight towards the A site.
Oh, Snacks could be in for a bunch of frags. Taz is there, however, and still using that smoke to his advantage. Goes back in for seconds. And fortune will favor the brave on this occasion. MSL will shut him down. The shot through the smoke. I didn't quite catch that. It doesn't matter anyway because Neo's on point with the AWP. And they keep both AWPs in play as well, VP.
Well, that's huge because they've just reset the money of Dignitas as well. They're going to have a difficult time buying next round, let alone this one. So with VP being in touching distance of map points here, Dignitas really are going to be feeling the pressure. You'd assume you'd probably take a pause next round perhaps to discuss fully what they're going to be doing and how they're going to approach it. But that fast play tactic is fully rushing A, didn't really amount to much. VP with a perfect counter there, pushing through the smoke with flashbang as well and catching terrorists with flashbangs and all sorts of grenades in their hands. And now Snacks has got the Mag 7. He's read the economic situation very well. Just trying to farm some cash with the shotgun.
It's very interesting to me as well that Snacks playing on the A site. Going back in time, he's always that player in checkered. This time it's Bialy that's there instead most of the time. This round, however, he is an upper. Going to be using the range advantage of the A4 over those Glocks and the P250s. And Dignitas have no utility, so they're just hoping for a mistake really from VP at this point.
It would have to be a pretty catastrophic mistake as well. Bialy does take the first two frags, and it's just going to be 3 players remaining with nothing really to work with. A P250 and a Glock. If they can find one frag here, that'd be something, I guess, but there it is. Snacks farming the cash with the Mag 7. Just going to be KRB remaining now. 5-on-1. Has got the bomb, but not long for this world as the time does tick down. VP getting themselves to 14 plays 11. So Dignitas do get $1,900 into their bank accounts this time. Having a look at the cash, they're only going to have AKs, maybe Galils, and a few smoke grenades to play with. Difficult round considering VP have got those double AWP setups. So not only do they not have the AWP to challenge and face those picks, they don't really have the utility to actually flush them out and actually give themselves favorable positions. You actually see Config with the UMP on the T side as well. Definitely not a good situation for Dig right now. Looks like a fast mid play potentially coming in, going for the boost. It's waiting out for the Molotov and seeing what the CTs are presenting to him. Pasha, this is quite audacious from him.
Man, that aggression with an AWP, that is ballsy.
Absolutely.
Must be weighing him down. He has decided better with that decision. We'll be backing on off to a more safe environment. And it's got to be frustrating and demoralizing for Dignitas because they have really tried a bit of everything. They've tried playing aggressive, doesn't work. They've been trying to play slow. Could be in the embracing arms of Snacks, who's playing this one very cautiously as Pasha nearly gets a third. That would have been beautiful. Triple for him.
Oh.
But now Snacks just rapes on in and will be getting himself the frag. Ripping players left, right, and center. The Galils now on point. Rubino is going to be trading out for the AK-47. 55 seconds. Bomb is going to be planted. a huge round for Dignitas. If they lose this, 1 foot already out of this map. Not going for the boost this time, due to the fact they don't have the smokes to reinforce it. Rubino's going to go for the peak to land the first frag. And now Bjarly has to try and play a game of cat and mouse. He's going to... Oh, he does catch him out. Yeah, it looked like he was about to reload there before he died. Very unfortunate.
So Dignitas, instead of like methodically executing one of these bomb sites, they're trying to just push through smokes, going for that surprise element there. A couple of flashbangs come in, they run onto the bomb site. It comes down to the one-on-one in the end, but VP do take map points here. The only saving grace to dig that round is they get the bomb down, and the extra cash injection which they desperately needed. You could have seen they'd have been on Tech 9s for sure, unless they got that extra $800. But there we go, potentially the last round here. As VP just need one more. And let's have a look at the buy for Dignitas. They've got 2 Tech 9s, a Galil, and 2 AK-47s, 4 smokes. And let's see what they can bring to the table this time. Let's see Snacks. Aggressive once again. He's been doing this time and time again and finding frags to see if he can continue the pace.
Seems like Dignitas are happy enough again to just play this one a little bit slower. Snacks did get the pop flash in. I think it may have landed on the wrong side of the wall, though. It didn't end up mattering anyway because no terrorists were in that initially. It is Bjarly, and he's going to crush down on Tensky. So Dignitas, now is the time. We've discussed this before as well, Henry. This is probably the map they've got the best chance of actually taking into a third map. But we don't feel they've got too much of a hope on Mirage. So they've got to make something big happen now, and Pasha in prime position takes Dignitas down to 3. Make it 2. Bjarly's now pushing from the right-hand side over on the B. Pasha with a beautiful shot onto Kievi. And that should be all she wrote here for Cash. And indeed, it will be 16-11. Confident win in the end for VP.
Absolutely. After that early deficit, they go down 5-1 to the hands of Dignitas. They bounce back, and they take it very convincingly, especially in the second half as well. It felt like as soon as they got that double orb setup running, it seemed like Dignitas didn't really have a shoe into it. The problem